So, although people listen to music almost every day, how do they work? Most people genuinely don't know, and there aren't many comprehensive resources to find out, which is kind of surprising considering how music critically affects people and society and are directly responsible for many personality formations. Think about it. Let's say without music, there would be no Billie Eilish. Without Billie Eilish, there would be no basic white girls living off Starbucks and Instagram. Without basic white girls, my ticket to Coachella would have been a complete waste of money. With that said, in order to understand music, we have to understand sound. Sound is a vibration that typically propagates as an audible wave of pressure through a transmission medium such as gas, liquid, or solid, which then your brain interprets as sound. In our case, say I have a guitar, a stringed instrument. Once I pluck a string, I create a vibration called a standing wave, or a stationary wave. A standing wave is a set of waves with equal amplitude, wavelength, and frequency, moving in opposite directions and which then oscillates and does not travel anywhere. Some points on a standing wave, called nodes, don't move at all, and antinodes, which vibrates back and forth. The vibration translates into the air. Like I said previously, air is a sound transmitting medium. When a sound enters your ear, it causes your eardrum to physically vibrate and send neural electrical signals that are then translated to your brain. In the other hand, standing waves in a wind instrument, per se, a flute, most of the sound is produced by standing waves in the column of the air inside the instrument. But the wave inside a tube, since it's a sound wave already, is a longitudinal wave. The waves do not go from side to side in the tube, instead, they form along the length of the tube. There are two types, an open-ended and closed-ended. In a closed-ended, the waves can be inverted, while an open end won't. Frequencies. So sound is represented as a wave. Higher sound frequency means that there are more waves, therefore faster and higher pitched. Vice versa, lower sound frequency means there are lesser waves and longer wavelengths, therefore slower and deeper pitch. Higher volume means that the waves are bigger. They're not related to each other in any way. To determine the harmonic frequencies, it takes a fairly easy math. The velocity of a standing wave can be determined from the wavelength and the frequency. So, the speed of a standing wave is equal to frequency and wavelength multiplied together. Harmonics. Okay, now we know the basics of sound and frequency, we are introduced with the concept of harmonics. Like many other mechanical systems, musical instruments vibrate naturally at the several relative frequencies, which we call harmonics. This is what makes music pleasant to your ears. The lowest frequency of a vibration, which is also usually the loudest, is called the fundamental, or the first harmonic, which has the fewest nodes and antinodes and looks like a jumping rope. The higher frequency harmonics are called overtones. What is an overtone, you ask? It's basically a musical tone, which is part of our harmonic series above a fundamental note, and may be heard with it. Best way to describe an overtone are those notes of a piano's octaves. So these overtones are higher numbered harmonics, and as you add more antinodes and nodes, the number of harmonics go up. Second harmonic, third harmonic, and so on. So I know that was a lot of stuff to process in just a few seconds, and take a second to pause the video for a cookie break. Alrighty. For each harmonic, as you add more antinodes and nodes, the number of harmonic increases by 1. For instance, the first harmonic or the fundamental frequency with 2 fixed ends. For a standing wave on a given length of a string, the number of wavelengths that fit on the string is equal to the number of the harmonic, divided by 2. So going back to frequency, which what most musicians care the most. So yeah, that's all pretty much to it in the physics of music. Next time I'll be explaining how to build your own fallout shelter in case World War III breaks out if all countries resort to nuclear war, which leads our world's apocalypse, relying on battle caps as currency.